So welcome to the Sipwise Open Webinar discussion and demonstration. What we're going to do today is just walk through a quick company overview of Sipwise, our history and our highlights, and then we're going to go through a Class 5 and Cloud PBX demonstration and highlights. The presenters for this demonstration are myself, Zachary Caldrick, Regional Sales Manager for UK, Ireland and Nordics, and then we also have on the line who's Daniel Begici, Operations Engineer. Hi, Dan.
Hi, Zach. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well. And hope you're good too, Dan.
Absolutely.
And Dan's one of our pre-sales operations engineers. So he's going to walk through the demo. So I'll begin. So Sipwise are next generation VoIP communication platform providers to customers in more than 63 countries, telecoms operators, fixed, mobile operators, ITSPs, internet service providers, and then unified communications or OTT service providers. The company was founded in 2008 in Vienna, Austria, and that's where our headquarters is. And it was founded by three main shareholders who are listed here. It was started as a company who focus on design, development, and integration of next-generation VoIP communications platforms, and was recruited or requested by UPC Cablecom or Liberty Global to provide state-of-the-art Class 5 and Class 4 soft switch solutions, which would then service their small to medium enterprise customers with innovative solutions like Cloud PBX and so on. We now have grown to have over 40 staff, and as I mentioned, we have 60 references in over 23 countries. I think that's over 25 now, on 3 different continents, and over 5 million registered lines, so registered subscribers using our platforms. As you can see from the below, these are some of our customers. If you'd like any more information, please do contact us. Okay, our main products are our Sipwise Class 5 soft switch, which is the building block for all of our solutions. And then we also offer a Cloud PBX or hosted PBX module, Class 4 solutions for interconnecting other carriers, such as via legacy methods through the PSTN, so ISDN or SS7, and then session border controllers. And then we also offer our WebRTC engine, which we'll touch on briefly, but will be the focus of another webinar coming shortly. As you can see from this is the bit about how our architecture works. We have our Sipwise Class 5, which interfaces with the telco or mobile operators OSS, BSS, and network management systems. And then that integrates with our Class 4 WebRTC engine modules, SipPhone modules, and Cloud PBX modules. This is our core building block, as I mentioned. It provides SIP, XMPP, and WebRTC signaling and media interfaces, and enables peering, relays, and voice and video bridges, as well as a powerful REST API to interconnect with your existing OSS and BSS billing applications or provisioning applications. The Sipwise Class 5 or platforms are provided on 2 different hardware modules. We won't go into too much detail on that. They are SIP Provider Pro and our SIP Carrier, each highly scalable and provided with resilient architecture. As you can see from this, they have unlimited numbers of SIP peerings or Class 4 peerings, and each has different levels of numbers of subscriber basis, concurrent calls, and busy hour call attempts. Our products are built based on versatile modules for call routing, B2B UA functionality. They include pre- and post-paid billing, monitoring and reporting, and then customer web interfaces designed at each tier. Because they're multi-tiered and multi-tenanted, that means that you have admin interfaces, reseller interfaces, which are all white labelable, and then each customer can log into their platform. We've also IMS proofed and worked out where we fit within the IMS architecture. That would be an application server, which integrates into the IMS core through the ISC interface to the CSDF and the SH interface for provisioning to the HSS or HLR. Our Class 4 platform is built through a technology partnership with Dialogic, supports E1, STM1, T1 or SIGTRAN interfaces, and helps enable fixed to mobile convergence. One of the products we're going to go into detail is during the demonstration, as well as our Cloud PBX. This enables cost-efficient PBX functionality or hosted PBX functionality on the Sipwise Class 5, including all the standard features, and is perfect for small to medium enterprises looking to offer or move to the IP-based telephony world, away from traditional, more expensive legacy services, but without having to do a major integration with new IPBX in their office, or it may not be required for a small number of users. We integrate with a wide range of business phones or standard CPEs like Cisco, Yearlink, Snom, Polycom, and Panasonic, and we provide all the standard features on these CPEs that you could expect, like music on hold, call queuing, busy lamp field, etc. Our SIP phone is a standard dialer, which can use any kind of internet connection on a mobile device, Wi-Fi, 3G, LTE, and can be supported on laptops as well as smartphones. Typically, it's used on smartphones like Android or iOS, and it's a white labelable platform, so it can be provided to you with your white labeling, and then you can even offer your resellers the option to have a white labeled dialer as well. Finally, our WebRTC engine is a cutting-edge API which allows you to integrate real-time communication and cloud-based services. It was developed in partnership with T-Labs or Deutsche Telekom Labs, and provides simple APIs to create advanced applications such as video conferencing, remote diagnosis tools, and other such applications for corporate clients. It's aimed at service providers and system integrators to offer tailored communication and collaboration services to their clients. And it easily fits into existing infrastructures using our WebRTC engine, making it straightforward and inexpensive. This is a brief coverage map of where we have clients and subscribers. As you can see, having started in Central Europe, we've sort of branched out from there. But over the next 2 years, our aim is to have clients in every continent across the globe, and have deployed and grown significantly within our existing user bases. That was a brief presentation from me. I'll now hand you over to Dan, and Dan will walk through the Sipwise Class 5 and Cloud PBX demonstration. So Dan, I'm just going to change the presenter over to yourself. Bear with me.
Yes.
Okay. You should have the presenter abilities now.
Okay.
Okay, has that come across to you?
Yes,
Perfect.
You should be able to see the admin sign-in screen.
I can, yes, and it's come up perfectly clear on my system.
Okay, so we'll have a demo, a short demo about our Class 5 and CPBX capabilities. This would be the Pro platform, Sipwise Pro, the one unit Dell system that has our software installed and supports up to 50,000 SIP registered users. The platform is taking care of the SIP signaling, the media relay or media bypass, the WebRTC to SIP interconnection for WebRTC solutions, and billing and invoicing. I'll go through both type of subscribers, the residential subscribers and the Cloud PBX subscribers, and I'll demonstrate a little bit of the features, the telephony features, like voice calling, fax, conference calling, etc. So I'll log into the platform through the web interface with the administrator account. The platform has another interface to be accessed directly through SSH in the command line interface. And there's a third interface that we can use to configure the platform, and that interface is the REST API. In the documentation tab of the platform, we have the API tab. I'm going to open it. And this is our entire REST API documentation, and that will help the provider to integrate our server with his OSS BSS infrastructure. For example, if he will ever need to provision subscribers in the future through his OSS BSS server, they will need to use this type of syntax in the REST API. For example, create a new subscriber. We have the post request and the mandatory fields of the request for a subscriber. And I'm going to showcase a few subscriber creation examples when we get to the Cloud PBX module. So this is just the documentation for the REST API interface. Like I said, this would be the third interface to configure the platform. In our tab, we have another documentation, which is the operation manual of the platform. We are running the version 4.3.1 right now. And this documentation helps the operation team of the customer to configure the platform from A to Z. We have everything in the web interface accessible for the administrator. I am logged in as the administrator. The platform supports different type of users. The default one is the administrator, which has all the policies set to 1. Obviously, it has the most rights on the platform. And there are other users of the platform, which are the administrators of their resellers. And a reseller is a smaller ITSP, Internet Telephony Service Provider, that would like to rent capacity on our soft switch. And they get assigned a billing profile with zones and rates, and they can manage their own customers and SIP domains and subscribers. We create login usernames for them and give them access to the platform through the REST API and the web interface to configure their own accounts. So if I click on home page, I have an overview of the system, which is the dashboard. We have a first system status where we can view some statistics about the system, like CPU, some disk statistics, interfaces. The most used interface is Ethernet 0. Ethernet 1 is the interface between the standby server. And we can see all kinds of parameters for the interfaces up to a 12-month history. You can see the server was started in March 2016. There are another tab, which is the resellers. Like I said, resellers are smaller ITSP providers that would like to rent capacity on our soft switch. I'm going to go later into detail. And the billing profiles. Billing profiles can be assigned to resellers and can also be assigned to customers of these resellers. Each reseller can create 2 types of customers and it can bill differently based on the zones and the fees that he wants to set up for his customers. And the fourth step, the most important, is the peerings. These are SIP trunks configured with other providers around the world, and I'm going to go through each of them one by one. These settings are here: resellers, billing, and peers. Peers is the only setting available just to administrators of the platform. So if we go here and we see administrators, right now it's just me, the administrator, with full access. Everybody else has just limited access to their own reseller accounts. We can create an additional administrator platform, additional administrator user account for one of my colleagues to help me administrate the platform and record changes based on user. In the monitoring and statistics tab, we have an additional SIP call flows. It's a nice little tool that allows me to see the call flows in the system. I can see 50 items per page with a history of 2 weeks by default. It can be increased, but it will consume a little bit of capacity on the server. For example, I can see that there was a call here. If I want to check the signaling, I can easily click on it. I can analyze every message, for example. Let's say the second message, I click on it, and it opens, and I can check all the headers of the SIP invite message. Who is calling, from where, what IPs, what kind of codec it supports, everything I want to see. The same I can, another feature is to download this signaling trace as a pickup file. I can save it on my desktop, and I can email it to Sipwise support engineer for analysis if I need his help. It's a very nice little tool. We can enable it by default, or you can have it disabled. Another tab is call routing verification. It's another tool that will help us configure the system. I want to see a simulation of a call. This is not going to be a call, but just a simulation to see how the dialing plan will be executed. So I have a caller number, which is one of my subscribers, or 0333 123 456 33. And let's say I want to call in US 001 800 98 98 98. It gives me a small log of the signaling processing by the platform, and at the end it will say it matched a peer with this IP and with this ID, which means the call will be sent to this peer. If I look in my peering settings, go to settings, peers, peerings. Here I can see that I have configured a peer with this IP address. If I click on details, I can see the IP address of the provider and some callee prefix rules that are considered to route calls towards this peer. Another peerings, like I said, we can create an unlimited number of peering groups with different providers around the world. I have created only 4 right now. It's very easy to create. We just put the name and the description. Then in details, we can add as many SIP servers as the provider wants to give us. Just put the IP addresses here, create peering server, the name, the IP address, and save. Rules to be considered for peerings, very easy to create. We just put the callee prefix, callee pattern, a little bit of description if necessary, save, and then the dialing plan towards a specific operator around the world, it's set up. Everything else except peerings is available for the resellers. And I'm going to log out before I'm going to show you the resellers and the administrators. So I have another reseller created on top of the default one. The system comes with only one default reseller, and I don't want to use it. I'm using a special reseller for this demo called Ogichi. So this reseller has a username and password. It is administrator, so it's Dan Bogichi. So I'm going to log in with this reseller to show how customers can be assigned to the system. One little information we need to know before is that each reseller has his own SIP domain. So the platform general domain is ngcpdemo.sipwise.com. For my reseller, I have set up dan.ngcpdemo.sipwise.com as my SIP domain. As you can see, I can see all the SIP domains of all the resellers because I am the administrator right now. So let's log out and log back in as Dan Bogichi. And now the resellers tab is gone. I cannot configure resellers. Only the administrator has the rights to do that. And I can still see the domains, but I can only see domains pertaining to my reseller. I can create an additional domain for myself if I need one. And I can see the administrators, which is myself. I can add another operator for help on configuring the platform. We can configure the platform simultaneously. That's another good feature. The domains, like I said, and billing. Here I can set up the billing profiles for my customers. I have two types of customers I can create, residentials and cloud PBX type. For residentials, I have a profile, and I can see the profile here. I have created just two fees for worldwide and for USA. Let's see for worldwide what is that I'm charging. I'm charging 1 cent per second. The initial interval is the 60 seconds, and after that, following interval is another 60 seconds. So I'm just keeping it at charging 60 seconds per minute. I can put an additional of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 digits for different type of rating, and click Save. This billing fee can be downloaded as a CSV file. I'm going to save it. If I open the CSV file, I can see that at some point I have added a very long fee. I'm going to cut it down, just make it easier for the billing process to process. I'm going to save. Desktop, save. Now I can upload the fees back. Much easier to change the fees like that. Billing fees. Purge the existing to override the fees. And now the billing profile of the residential subscribers is renewed. I can set up some off-peak times, and the billing system is quite flexible. I have an invoice tab. At the end, I can generate some invoices for the customers, and this is how an invoice would look like. Your monthly statement, customer number, then a list of detailed records of the calls, and a summary of the invoice with the total in dollars, total price in dollars.
And all of this can be white labelable on the invoice and on the administrator dashboards and so on to your resellers' requirements as well, can't it, Dan?
Yes, absolutely. Every reseller can introduce his own logo and his own information on the invoices. It's a very easy process. And as a reseller, I have created 2 customers. Like I said, one is the residential customer. In our platform, this means a basic SIP subscriber account. If I click details, I can see that this customer can have SIP subscribers with normal telephony numbers. In this house, we have 2 subscribers just, but they can use 4 or 5 phones, up to 10 phones in the house, if it's a big house. They can register. If I click on one of the numbers, I can see on details the registration information that he needs to put in his SIP phone. It's the SIP URI and the domain and the password, as well as the web credentials. The subscriber can log into the ngcpdemo.sipwise.com with this web username and this password. So he can see a call history. He can have the option of sending web to fax, and he can set up his call forwarding features. And I'll showcase this later. Every subscriber on the platform, no matter what type, residential or cloud PBX, has this feature. This subscriber can have set up voicemail. Me as the reseller administrator, I can set up permanent registrations for different type of phones with the set fixed IPs, or if the subscriber registers himself from his laptop with a soft phone or from another fixed phone around the world. Like I said, we support all major type of VoIP fixed phones, Panasonic, Cisco, Yalink, etc. I could see his device here, and then if he is complaining that there's some problems, I can see the SIP dialogues, and I can export it, save it, and send it to Sipwise for troubleshooting. Some basic functionality for the SIP residential subscribers is just voice calling, basic telephony features like web to fax, fax to mail, call forwarding, all types of call forwarding, including call forwarding to conference and to voicemail. So basically, you as an operator can actually sell bundles of numbers that can be used just as call conferencing numbers with a PIN and a capacity of 50 people in the conference. By default, we can increase that, but it takes special configuration. And now I'm going to present functionalities for the Cloud PBX account. Let's say Dan Bogici, as a reseller, as a small operator in the town of Vienna, wants to sell Cloud PBX accounts, and we have a customer as a law firm or a school or as a university, and we want to give them a maximum of 100 extensions. I can create a Cloud PBX account, and I can create subscribers, extensions, PBX groups, which are queues like sales, marketing, customer support, etc. I can create PBX devices, which means I can pre-provision Cisco, Yealink, Panasonic, all types of fixed phones, and I can set up a billing profile for this particular customer in the billing schedule here, in the billing tab, and I can assign it to charge them whatever rates I want. And I can show you how the configuration is set up. We have set up 16 extensions so far out of 100, which is maximum. The most important number is the pilot number, which is the entry number in the PBX. If somebody wants to call this law firm, they have to dial 4033123456. That is their primary number. We have configured additional 2 alias numbers. And of course, this subscriber has credentials to register a phone, soft phone, VoIP phone, whatever SIP client. And as well, he can see his call history, and he can set up his telephony services over the web interface. Everything else is just like any other normal residential subscriber. The other subscribers, which are extensions, are a little bit more special, because on top of the number that they have, on top of the pilot number, they also have additional 2-digit extension numbers. For example, the CTO has 4033123456 plus 33 as extension. It can be dialed from outside directly by this primary number, or somebody can dial the pilot number, listen to the IVR, and then enter the extension 33. Here I can see in the registered device there's no phone or SIP client registered right now. I had some in the past. I can see there is a call history and some captured dialogues, even for today. I can see there was some activity for this subscriber. But right now he shut down his phone. Every time we configure a Cloud PBX account, we configure the subscribers, but we also have the capacity to configure professional queues. In this case, I have configured sales, marketing, support, accounting, and back office. Each queue has an extension. Sales is extension 02. And again, it can be accessed by dialing the pilot number and followed by 02 as extension. In this sales queue, there are some regular extensions, and we can see them when we press details. And this extension can ring parallel simultaneously, or they can ring one by one. And we can change this policy depending on whatever the customer wants. So let's take sales, for example, and see who is in the sales queue. Click on group members, and we can see there's the CTO is also in the sales, plus other extensions, extension 13, extension 51. And to assign this type of queues to the pilot subscriber, If we click on the pilot subscriber details preferences and we choose the auto attendant slots, we can see that we set slot 2 is for sales. We have slot 1 for marketing. We have slot 0 directly forwarded to the CTO and some other slots. Now on call forward unconditional, we have to set up the auto attendant to be active. So then when somebody dials the number of the pilot subscriber, he will be prompted with a message in English like, please press 02 for sales, 01 for whatever, marketing, and so on and so forth. We have it here, it's all set up, no need to change it. The PBX devices feature, it allows me to auto-provision phones, and I'll have an example for this demo with Yelling. Our platform supports all type of models and brands: Cisco, Panasonic, Yelling, InnovaPhone, and audio codes. And in the future, we'll probably be supporting Snome and different other brands. So I'll choose this phone, Yelling SIP-T22P. This is how it looks like. This phone really exists on my desktop. It is set up to factory defaults right now. I can access it by the web interface. I can see the IP address, the MAC address, which I need. I'm going to put it right here. Station name, MAC address. And I'm going to give it a name. I'm going to put up this as a main CTO phone. We're going to assign the extension of the CTO on line 133 as private. Now I'll put on line 3 maybe just a sales group. I'll set it up for BLF, Easy LAN field, and click Save. Now, at this moment, this phone is already pre-provisioned in our platform. I am not going to put any username and password in the phone manually. All I'm going to do is just reboot the phone. I can ask the IT operator in the office there to reboot the phone, or I can do it remotely if I have access, like I do right now. I have access through the web interface. I'm just rebooting the device, and it will take 2 minutes to download the configuration from our server, send a register message, and be able to receive calls in the name of the CTO and in the name of the sales queue. I am also logged in on the server with SSH access in the command line interface, and there is a small little tool we use to check up the SIP traffic live. So I'm going to try to see when the register message comes for the CTO. In the meantime, I'm going to log off as one of the administrators in the system. I am Dan Bogici, reseller administrator, and I'm going to log in as a normal subscriber. The administrator is using the web interface on port 1443, so I have deleted that. And normal HTTPS port 443 is reserved for the subscribers. And I'll just log in as a CTO subscriber to show you what a user sees in the platform, a normal extension user for the Cloud PBX customers, or a residential subscriber. You can see his call list. If I click on call list, I can have 50 items per page and multiple pages. Right now I only have 17 entries. In my history, I can see who was the caller, who is the callee, and the duration of the call. And then I can compare it at the end of the month with the bill that I received from the reseller, just in case. You know, it's a nice feature to have for customers. I can see my voicemail. I have no voicemail right now. I can see my registered devices. The phone didn't reboot yet, so I don't see it. Okay. I can see options for me to reset the password, my SIP password. And I can send a fax directly from this interface. And I can see the history of the fax that I tried to send, and if they were successful or failed. This is a demo platform. It's not actually connected to the outside SIP world. The peers that I have are just fake peers. They're not going to process any fax or SIP calls. So basically, this is what the subscriber will see. And he can set up call forwarding here in his preference. He can set up call blocking, internals, some different type of parameters that can be set up on the subscriber level. If I don't know what this means, I just click on the question mark next to it, and the small description of the parameter appears. Ignore the call forward from a Cloud PBX subscriber when it is called within a HAN group. Call blockings, block mode for inbound calls, pin to bypass outbound block lists. We have all kinds of features for subscribers. So I'm going to log off as a subscriber. Log out and log back in as the administrator of the platform. 1443. Administrator. And as administrator, I can see everything in the platform. So I'm going to Dan Bogici reseller details. I want to see if the phone is up and running. I need to go to customers. Here it is. Cloud PBX, details, and subscribers. I'm going to check the CTO subscriber details and the registered devices. And I can see that the phone is registered right now. It is live. It should be able to receive calls. If I can check my logs in the server, you can see that a registered message was sent here by CTO123. I can click on the message, and I can see that it was sent by the user agent Yaling, SIP T22P, so everything looks fine. So I'll go back here, and I'm going to make a call just to see if it's possible. I'm going to register another extension test63. We can see that we got another message here. This one, boom, it's registered. So I'm going to dial 33 for the number of the CTO. And I can see call setup. It's been rejected. Do request timeout. You can see that the phone was not picked up here in this message. So the call was rejected. Of course, I am not in the office where the phone is, so nobody picked up there. So if I go to the phone, back, let's look at the extension 63. Test 63, details, capture dialogues, and I can see the invite. I can see that the phone was refused with 408 message. Good. Now, another feature that we have in the platform, like I said, is the documentation ready to be accessed directly on the web interface, both on REST API and full operations manual. And REST API provisioning. So I'm going to exit from the SNGrep tool, and I'm going to try to provision additional extensions for Cloud PBX account through the REST API interface. So I'll log in into the command line and issue some OSS BSS simulated commands from a third-party server. So let's go back here. We can see in the subscribers that right now we only have a few of them. These are their extensions. And the last one is Gene, extension 72. So I'll just take really quick the REST API command. And I'm going to provision additional 3 or 4 extensions by a click of the mouse. So this is the commands that the OSS BSS third-party server will send to Sipwise soft switch. And this is the syntax. Like I said in documentation, it's explained. Post is the main command, the main REST API command. And these are the mandatory parameters. You can see I'm going to create a username Alex, password, extension 71, and the groups where it would be assigned. I think one of them is sales, and the other 2 I don't remember. Okay, I'm not going to create Gene because Gene is already created. So let's just create Alex first. Copy, paste, enter. And let's create a few more. Copy. And it's not working because the password has changed in the meantime. I forgot. So I'm going to put another password. here. All right, so let's just create these two. Mike and Gene77. Right, good. So we got created, and now we can check by refreshing the page. We can see that we have Gene72 and Mike79 already created. If we click on details, we can see their username and passwords. And we can check to see and what other queues they belong to. So they're both in sales, marketing, and support. So this is pretty much the web demonstration, the web demo that we have for today. Zach, I'll get it back to you for the final words.
Thank you, Dan. So anybody watching this demonstration and company overview, if you'd like to contact us, please do reach out through the company website or pick up the email addresses at the beginning of the presentation. And thank you for watching and listening. Goodbye.